Okay. Hello, everybody out there in computer land. Welcome to our Bluebird Cafe celebration, kicking out 2021, welcoming in 2022. We are so sorry not to have a house full of people, but we have some really important people here who are Bluebird family, who are going to be here. We're going to be here for a live performance and have graciously decided that they would help us out in an empty Bluebird to keep everybody safe. And all of you out there, we just appreciate you joining us and helping us kick 2021 to the curb.
Absolutely. Well spoken.
So thank you all for understanding that we couldn't be open tonight, but we're glad to have you online and the ability to celebrate with you virtually. So without further ado, I'm going to welcome J. Fred Knobloch, Tony Arata, Thom Schuyler. Take it away, boys. Let's get rid of 21.
Erica. Thanks so much.
Where do you want us to take it?
And hello, everyone. I had one general thought before we kick this off, that there's about 2 or 3 hours left for you to do something worthwhile this year. So I hope you get on with it and are so grateful that you're with us. From the corners of the country, from the cities and the farms, with years and years of living tucked up underneath their arms, they walk away from everything just to see a dream come true. So God bless the boys who made the noise on 16th Avenue. With $1 million spirit and an old flat-top guitar, they drive to town with all they own in a $100 car. 'Cause one time someone told them about a friend of a friend they knew, who owns, a studio on 16th Avenue. Some are born to money, they've never had to say survive. And others swing a 9-pound hammer just to stay alive. There's cowboys, drunks, and Christians, mostly white and black and blue. They all look the same while seeking fame on 16th Avenue. Every night for a couple of years they all think of turning back. Every Merle, Bob, and Eddie, even Mary, John, and Jack. Every Mickey, Chris, and Rory, just ask Harlan if it's true. They've all dialed a phone, collect to home from 16th Avenue. I've been playing one night in some empty room where no curtains ever hung. Like a miracle, some golden words roll off of someone's tongue. And after years of being nothing, they're all looking right at you. And then for a while you'll go in the sky on 16th Avenue. It looked so uneventful, so quiet and discreet. But a lot of lives were changed down on that little one-way street. 'Cause they walked away from everything just to sing for me and you. So God bless the boys who make the noise on 16th Avenue. Thank you, boys. Thank you so much.
Thank you both for that
Sound of 100,000 people clapping in their living rooms.
Yeah.
I love that sound.
Wow. Was it something I said?
What?
Everybody's gone.
I know.
That's my
This is
first thought always.
This is the best crowd we've ever had. Almost.
David, can I have a little bit more guitar?
Yeah, me too. And could you turn Tony down a little bit?
Well, this is thank you, Erica, for having us this evening, and thanks to the Bluebird. I was just sitting here thinking, everybody in this place I've met here, and I remember many years ago walking in that door over there and hearing you and Thom for the first time, and
Then turned around and walked out.
yeah. I asked for my money back. No, it really is. It's amazing. I mean, that was '86, and y'all were already fixtures here. And I'm so very glad to now be here with you.
Like the lights up there.
Well, I've had a wonderful time here in Nashville, and I've met so many good people. Not long after we moved here, I remember hearing a voice on the radio singing a Dallas Frazier classic, "If My Heart Had Windows," and it was a lovely voice of a gal from Kentucky, Miss Patty Lovelace, who's been very kind to do so many songs over the years, and including this one. It's a song called "Here I Am." Don't do it, darling. Don't you dare look in there. You said you didn't want to see me, but you've been looking for me everywhere. You know that you're gonna find if you keep on drinking fast. 'Cause honey, I'm right there waiting on you at the bottom of your glass. And here I am. Here I am. I'm in the bourbon and the water that burn you just like a brand. Here I am. It ain't working, my daughter. As hard as you may try, you keep hearing those words you told me in every man's goodbye. You know that you're just one step from another one being gone. I know I've seen them all unravel, 'cause I've been watching you all along. And here I am. Here I am. I'm in every lie you're hearing that burn you just like a brand. Here I am. Darling, I got over you passing me over a long time ago. And my pride was so much stronger when I was younger. Now I would rather have you know. Here I am. Here I am. I still carry that flame for you, burning me like a brand. Here I am. Thanks to Miss Patty Lovelace. Yes, sir. Thank you, Freddie K.
That's really nice. Just a hair more guitar, David. Thank you. interrupt just a little bit, I'll grab it up here. This is Chuck Jones here tonight?
I'm pretty sure not.
Okay, I wrote this by myself. No, Chuck and I wrote this together. It's been several years ago. We wrote it for Don Williams, and I had a special request on Instant Messenger today from a fan after I posted about tonight's show, and he wanted to hear this song, and I told him it was going to be the first bull out of the barn, and I don't know where that idea came from, but anyway. We wrote this for Don Williams, and they really liked it, but unfortunately it never happened, but that's kind of the way it goes sometimes. Hope you enjoy it. Actually, I don't write a lot of songs like this because this one's actually pretty good. Everybody needs a rock that they can lean on, and you're mine, and you're mine. Everybody needs a shoulder they can dream on. You're mine, and you're mine, and I'm yours. And no, I still can't quite believe I'm yours. As long as there's a breath for me to breathe. Everybody loves that feeling they can't quite put into words. And you're mine, you're mine. Oh, you're mine. Every man needs a world to wake up to. And you're mine, and you're mine. Every lover needs a lover to make love to. And you're mine, and you're mine. And I'm yours. And no, I still can't quite believe I'm yours. As long as there's a breath for me to breathe. Everybody loves that feeling they can't quite put into words. And you're mine, you're mine. Play your own solo if you pick one. I could search the whole world over and never hope to find a love that feels this way. I love it when you say I'm yours. And no, I still can't quite believe I'm yours. As long as there's a breath for me to breathe. Everybody loves that feeling they can't quite put into words. And you're mine, you're mine, you're mine. Everybody needs a rock that they can lean on. You're mine. Thank you.
Very
Oh,
nice,
I can hear the applause across the internet. Wow, what a feeling.
You know, it's unfortunate to not be able to hear the applause when something has gone really well, you know, like you've done a really good performance, but it's nice to not hear that forced applause when you know you really, really did a horrible performance.
Yeah, they say nice putt.
Like anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Short by 4 feet for birdie.
I want to. I'd like to sing a song. I guess this is my second bull out of the barn. I really don't know what that means, but it has some meaning for Fred. And anyway, I wrote this song a long time ago with my friend Paul Overstreet. I had a wedding coming up in my family, and I had this thing started, and I wanted to sing it for my brother-in-law and his new wife, and I did, and it was very well received. And over the years, I've sung it at lots of family weddings. It actually ended up being a #1 song by a gentleman named Michael Martin Murphy. And then about 5 years ago, one of my wife's nieces asked me to sing at her wedding, but she didn't want me to sing this song. I'm not sure if she didn't like it or what the situation was, but she asked me to sing I Want to Know What Love Is by Foreigner, right? Was that Foreigner?
Yes.
And it's a song I actually really liked, but it didn't fit my style, but I didn't want to let her down. So I learned it and kind of made it sort of a folky song. And but just to make the sensation a little more impactful, I went out and I bought some black leather pants and a sleeveless chenille top. And I performed it that way.
A V-neck, wasn't it, or was it up by the neck?
It was a V-neck.
Yeah.
And,
I'll never unsee that.
yeah, and my mother-in-law has not spoken to me since, but it went over pretty well. But anyway, so it's like 6 months later, and I've got these black leather pants and hanging in my closet. And my wife said, "Honey, you got to get rid of those things." So I put them on eBay, and they stayed up there for like a year, and nobody even asked me about them. But yeah, I finally realized it was those pants were they were 40-30s. I don't know if you know too much about men's garments, but in black leather pants, it just doesn't work that well.
It looks like a cloud.
It does. Anyway, sorry about the long intro, but it's almost 2022 now, I think. I bought a beautiful diamond ring. I offered it to the sweetest thing I know. And she said she would take it. We started making some wedding plans. She looked at me and she took my hand and said, "Are you sure we can make it?" Well, I said, "My granddad's still in love with my grandma." I said, "My dad still thinks my mom's the sweetest thing he ever saw. You see, I come from a long line of blood. When the times get hard, I won't give up. Forever's in my heart and in my blood. See, I come from a long line of blood." Years went by and we had a son. Now he thinks that he's found someone for him, and they're planning a wedding. He called me up on the phone today just to see what I had to say to him. Yet I think he was ready. Well, I said what his grandfather used to say to me. It's been handed down for ages. It runs in the family. I said you come from a long line of love. When the times get hard, you won't give up. And forever's in your heart and in your blood. I said you come from a long line of love. I said you come from a long line of love. All right.
Yeah, man.
Thank you. Nice playing there, Freddie.
Thank you.
I got to ask you two boys something. This is another Bluebird related matter. When I remember coming in here and seeing y'all, Tommy, your back was always to the bar.
Yes.
And Fred, I made the mistake of sitting in your chair one time, and that didn't go so well.
Oh, it didn't matter. I just wanted to make you feel sick.
But anyway, I'm just curious. Y'all are the purveyors of the In the Round, which is the way this was done before this madness came along. Were y'all the only ones that did that? Or
Yeah, for a while.
For about a year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tricia
and then-
Walker and Ashley Cleveland and Pam Tillis and
Karen Staley.
Karen Staley. They started a Women in the Round thing, was the next one. And that was about a year after we started, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were great. And then it just kind of took hold.
Yeah, and everybody did it. Yeah.
Yeah, imagine how the guy who invented the stage feels.
Johnny Stage.
Yeah, Johnny Stage.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Hey,
I tell you, the
know,
truth.
I can
I
just hear
can't believe I've gotten to do this for this many years. This has
What?
been so great.
I can just imagine that in meetings is, it's like he walks in, it's ancient Greece probably, and he walks into the meeting and says, "Hey, guys, I got an idea. Why don't we all get to that end of the place and we'll put up a thing and we'll stand up there?" And everybody went, "That's a terrible idea, man.
Sure.
That's not how we've been doing it." But it took hold. It was fun.
Can you say that in Greek?
I think he just did.
All I
He
can
just
say in
did.
Greek is spanakopita. That's it.
Well, anyway, the whole point being is I came in here many times before I ever got a chance to actually be at the late show, did the early shows, which were always done up here on the stage. And, I'm going to show how ignorant I am about so many things over the course of this evening, but one of them being the whole internet thing. I still have yet to catch on to all of this, but I did hear from some people today who said they would be tuning in. And one of them, I remember very well doing an early show, writer show with on this stage. And he's a dear friend from Detroit City. And he said he was going to be watching this evening. And if my buddy Don Tappert is out there, I just wanted to say hello to him and to the little man and to his family. And again, just another one of the many, many good souls that I've had the chance to meet as a result of this club and getting to be a part of it. And then, this whole madness came along, but it wasn't without, I did get a few things done during COVID. I did a CD, one called Getting Older, that is,
It's really good.
well, thank you, Fred.
If you have a CD player, it's wonderful.
That's the rub. That seems to be the rub. Yeah. I can't tell you how many people I sent that CD out to, and they said, "Man, it's a good looking CD." My wife's car's in the shop. I haven't heard it yet. She's the only one with a CD player, but I try to stay ahead of the curve as much as I can. But anyway, it's available. It's called Getting Older. And I was just thinking, 86, that's 35 years. And Jamie and I, my wife and I have been together for 41 years. And while you were singing, Thom, about love, I was thinking how different it was 41 years ago when Jamie and I got married. Because
Well, just
41, well, think about it.
Tomorrow it'll be 42.
Well, that's true. We will be working on 42, right?
Yeah.
Now, I was just thinking how different life was back in 41 years ago, Fred. I mean, what would we have been doing 41 years ago? I'd have been, good Lord, I'd have been on New Year's Eve playing music in a bar somewhere. And
Really?
now look,
What's that?
look.
Well, you could have used a payphone.
And did.
Yeah.
Ask somebody to use a payphone these days. See what that'll get you.
Find somebody who can read a clock.
Well, this is off that CD. This goes out to my Jamie. She's the difference between a day that ain't half bad and that stone cold blue ribbon single best one you ever had. And I'm telling anybody here who might want to listen, she's the difference between feeling sorry for yourself and feeling like you just wouldn't want to be nobody else till you feel right bad for anyone who isn't. She's a difference. I tell you, she's a difference, man. I never think I do. I went from couldn't win, you just can't lose. Her love got me thinking about the sweet distinction between being in a rut, being in a groove. I went from nothing all the way to nothing missing. And brother, she's a difference. She's a difference. She's why everything's changed. And when I'm in a company, man, this whole life ain't the same. It's bigger, better, sweeter, more like living. She's a difference. Tell you she's a difference, man, now in everything I do. I went from couldn't win, I just can't lose. Her love got me thinking about the sweet distinction between being in a rut, being in a groove. I went from nothing all the way to nothing missing. Brother, she's a difference. She's a difference. She's a difference. Thank you, Fred.
Was that too weird at the end?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it's all relative at this point, Fred.
I'm
It's
on some new meds.
Yeah.
Like,
Get off of them.
in case you couldn't tell. Let's see here.
Well, Tony, you I know you made the CD and everything during the pandemic, but
Yeah.
I have noticed something else.
Yeah,
You've let your hair go.
I did.
It's grown out a lot.
Yeah.
Last time I saw you, you were basically crew cut.
Yeah.
Shaved.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much what I did during.
Has anybody? Did you sit there and watch it, bro?
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
You think watching water boil takes a long time?
Has anybody told you that it looked good?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
No.
All right, Fred, go ahead.
No,
I do
Tony,
like it.
No danger of that.
Yeah. Tony, I love it. I think it's just, it's elicitive, whatever the hell that means.
I've never heard that word.
I know.
Well, Fred, I appreciate it.
Okay. It reminds me of Strother Martin in Butch Cassidy. Strother Martin and Butch Cassidy and the Sundance
Oh,
Kid.
yeah.
Yeah. It's a little bit like that. It's like
Hey man, you got to have something to do. You know what I'm saying?
I have beats mowing the yard.
That's right.
We'll do 3 verses, Tommy.
Yeah, I'd love to.
It's a song I wrote quite a while ago like most of the songs I've written, they all happened quite a while ago. There's more songs behind me than there are left to write. And just goes out to an old friend of mine, Tommy Brassfield. He had a Martin, had a Fender. We were 13 years of age, out back in the tool shed, and we were searching for a sound. Every day all through that summer, we'd rock and roll and rage. All the neighbors that kept complaining, but that never slowed us down. And we sang 3 verses of Dixie, can't get no satisfaction. Rainy day women, numbers 12 and 35. Try a little tenderness, a wider shade of pale. Turn, turn, turn for what it's worth, and long black veil. We moved out to California, shooting for the stars. The biggest thing since Elvis, what else could go wrong? They took us for all our money and everything else we own. So we got ourselves some whiskey, and then we drank it all night long. And we sang 3 verses of Dixie, can't get no satisfaction. Rainy day women in a bad mood on the rise. Try a little tenderness, a wider shade of pale. Turn, turn, turn for what it's worth, and long black veil. Well, he never quite got over it, and we went our separate ways. Traded in his music for cocaine nights and reckless days. Still, I knew he always wanted to make one last journey home. Well, near a small white church in the valley, beneath a woodhead ridge, patiently we waited on the cold Alabama ground. And the preacher started preaching about our lives and about our times. The sun was slow to sink as we laid his body down. We sang 3 verses of Dixie, what a friend we have in Jesus. Walk in the garden and the old rugged cross. Try a little tenderness, a wider shade of pale. Turn, turn, turn for what it's worth, and long black veil. Long black veil.
That's a good one, buddy.
Thank you.
I like it. Brought down the house.
I think it's got more than 3 verses, though, Fred.
I've got a bridge. That extra one is a bridge. I like to maintain the primitive approach with songwriting to where you have three musics at the most in a song, and that has three musics. One's built around the diatonic Ionian mode, and then there's the bridge is built on the Aeolian mode from the sixth minor, and then the channel is built over the Lydian mode of the four chord
So
in the
there's-
diatonic scale. So yeah, it's a whole bunch of horse shit, but that's okay.
Yeah. Well, no, I was just counting diatonic and pentatonic, and then you've got your gin and tonic.
Yeah,
So
but it's, and then there's was it Ray Wiley Hubbard's book Diatonics, because he's related to Ron Hubbard. Dianetics. If you got that, I'm sorry.
I didn't. But I want to say something really important, and I think these fellas will agree with me. There's a component to our show that we've been doing here for many, many, many years. This fine gentleman was unable to be with us tonight. World-class musician, harmonica player, Jelly Roll Johnson, and his sweet and lovely wife, Mary Jo. We wish you a happy new year. We wish you could be here, but we understand it just didn't work out tonight. But we do wish you our best, and just doesn't sound quite the same without you. That's for daggone
Yeah,
sure.
Jelly Roll spends all of his time making me look great. And he's not a beautician.
No, he's not. The other thing that, it's disappointing that we couldn't have a live audience here tonight, but several other friends of mine, Roger and Shirley Sovine, and Brenda and Lee and Ronnie Shacklet were supposed to be here tonight, which would have been
Brenda was coming?
Brenda was coming, yeah.
Oh, wow.
But
She's one of my favorite people.
Your buddy Mike Reed is watching, I think. He called earlier.
Yeah, Mike Reed's watching.
Mike Reed's watching.
Susan.
Mike and Susan, hello.
Mike Merrick up in Iowa's watching.
Well, this could go on.
Yeah.
We still have probably
Two other
three or
friends.
four other people that we could mention before we hit the bottom of the list.
And we owe all of them money.
I've tried to write love songs, and I've done it maybe successfully after 3,000 tries, maybe twice. But one time I wrote a love song about a car, and it really wasn't about the car so much as it was about life itself. That sounded really stupid, but
Wait a second. Let me wrap my head around that.
Yeah.
Life itself
Go
in
ahead.
a car.
Go ahead. I tried to wrap my head around something once, but it's too big. Well, she weren't much to look at, and she weren't much to ride. She was missing a window on her passenger side, and the floorboard was patched up with paper and tar. But I really was something in my old yellow car. An American boy with his hands on the wheel of a dream that was made of American steel. Though the seats had the smell of a nickel cigar, I really was something in my old yellow car. And somewhere in a pile of rubber and steel, there's a rusty old shell of an automobile. And if engines could run on desires alone, that old yellow car would be driving me home. You could see where poor Billy threw up on his date, and where Larry and Sandy could no longer wait. There was no road too winding and nowhere too far. With $2 of gas in my old yellow car. And somewhere in a pile of rubber and steel, there's a rusty old shell of an automobile. And if engines could run on desires alone, that old yellow car would be driving me home. So take a look at me now, throwing money around. I'm paying somebody to drive me downtown. Got a Mercedes Benz with a TV and bar. God, I wish I was driving in my old yellow car. I wish I was driving in my old yellow car.
Sir Thom.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, man.
No, please. Thank you.
We haven't done that in a while. That's great. I love that.
Well, you're very kind. This is it for me. Erica, don't count me in the future.
Yeah. Tom's out.
I'm out.
He just he can't handle the pressure. It's just.
I am online. Tell me more.
They're all from Sarah.
Yeah. He's so cute. He's just so cute. Huh? Okay. If you want me to shut up, just tell me to shut up.
Can you unplug Fred?
Yeah. I can test it with the best of them.
Well, the other thing I did during COVID was think about how quickly everything changed. Erica, we were coming back from Berlin, and it seemed like somebody just flicked the switch and it was over. And music just went away, and so many other things just went away. And I spent a long time.
Here's Hitler. He didn't go away, but
I did. I spent a long time just staring out a window, pretending like it was a windshield, like I was going somewhere to see all these people I'd gotten so used to seeing over the years. They were gone. It was over.
he never called me once.
We spoke all the time, Frederick. I know we did. So this is for all my fellow troubadours that got sidelined. Well, it found me on a highway up in southern Ohio, halfway between Cincy and the capital town. In the flash of a moment, when suddenly you know everywhere that you have come from and everywhere you were bound. And it rolled over me like a wind. Had my reason to be there and then. I've never felt nothing like it, but I've carried it close ever since. if I'm never so free again. From Conroe to Linden and through all of Alabama, Pro to Venn to Gloucester and sometimes big city bound, Bristol to Bethlehem and Nashville, Atlanta, and down to the borough where my best friends were found, to where East 80 finally ends. And I saw my whole life begin, and the sound of the big water sang me a welcome back home hymn. If I'm never so free again. Most of these years I've had a pen in my hand and made it up as I stumbled along, 'cause I was always just hoping that my name would be called to sing somebody a song. And not for some brilliance I thought could be found by anyone listening to me. No, it was all for the peace that I've missed like a friend, just to sit in your sweet company. I guess I didn't know better, that I'd never know better, so I sang a little louder and I rode every ride. When you're just fool enough to think this all lasts forever, you don't hold nothing back for life's steep other side. So I smile as I drink it all in, every drop of this goodness and sin. I pray a heart full of memories will beat ahead, full of dreams in the end. If I'm never so free again, if I'm never so free again. You found me on a highway up in southern Ohio, halfway between Cincy and the capital town.
Sweet. That's great, man.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Head full of
Thank you,
memories.
fellas.
What's the line?
I'll have to start at the beginning, Fred. I
Okay,
can't jump in the middle of a
Do it.
song.
Take two.
It's like saying the Lord's Prayer. I can't, you got to start at the beginning, No, it's, I hope, head full of memories. No, heart full of memories will be the head full of dreams in the end.
Yeah, I like that. That's great.
Harold to be his
The
name.
rest of it, not so much,
Howard
but
be
that's
that
really
name.
good.
Yeah, I thought it was Howard, which is my
I think it's
father's name.
Harold.
Yeah, hard is that? Oh, that's pretty hard.
It's a lovely tune, Tony.
That is
Thank you,
really
Tommy. I
good.
got it off the internet.
Yeah.
Actually.
I remember when we wrote that.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
like back.
I remember
last-
when we signed the publishing deal where
Absolutely.
I got all of that. So it's really effective for me. I don't have a clue in hell who's going to cut that, but
Well, I like to refer to. I say it's longer than the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, but it's not quite as uplifting. That's kind of the way I describe it.
I opened for Gordon Lightfoot a couple of times way back in the day, and he had a 12-minute version of that was like absolutely scintillating.
Oh gosh.
You could look across the crowd. It was about a 300-seat place. You could look across the crowd, and there'd be people.
It's what it's like in here tonight.
Yeah. Except there's no people. But believe me, you're a lovely crowd. Well, I had a request online to do this, and I hate to.
Oh, that is such bullshit.
I know. No, this is a song I wrote with Steve Goodman many years ago,
Just
and
kidding.
I hate that Jelly's not here tonight. But the last time I wanted to play the song, he turned to me and he said, all my chromatic harps are broken, and he didn't have any. He said, well, all right, well, who cares? But
I guess that's not the kind of thing you take to a shop and get fixed.
yeah, right.
Maybe it is. I don't know.
I think those things are pretty expensive now too.
Yeah.
But anyway, if Jelly was here, he'd do a wonderful job on this. So I'll do the short version of this. But this is a song. It's never been a hit, but if this song has been recorded more times than anything else I've ever written, and I always love the fact that I got to work with Steve Goodman. So. I think I understand the reason you won't stay with me. You think a ring upon your hand will solve your insecurities. Well, go ahead and play your games if that's what you must do. But nothing here remains the same but the way I feel for you. Well, I can watch you walk away, and I know that I'll get by. I know just what to say, but honey, I can't tell a lie. Go figure out what you must do. I know you think you're so damn clever. You can marry anytime you want, but a lover is forever. You can marry anytime you want, but a lover is forever. There you go.
I love that song.
Thank you.
Love that song. Well, what was Steve like?
Great. He's one of the best solo performers I ever saw in person. I saw him twice. John Prine said he was so short he looked like an aerial photo of a human being. I know he stole that line from somebody else, but he was brilliant. And I tell you, City of New Orleans and all those other songs, but he was a great guitar player.
Really?
A really great guitar player. I mean, he was like Norman Blake good. He was a flat picker. He didn't finger pick it that much that when I was around him, but he was a great guitar player. Always in tune.
I hate that.
I know.
Yeah, that's overrated.
Well, I just read on the internet, and I saw a hack about these things. You can turn these. Did you know that?
For what?
To change the pitch of the note. These little tuning pegs, they're called tuning pegs. I thought they were just pegs. I thought they were made it to look nice. It's amazing. That's a game changer.
That could be helpful.
Yeah, just saying. If you haven't tried it at home,
I think I'd be dangerous with these things, but anyway. Okay. Well, that was a really abbreviated version of that tune, Fred. Which is fine. I was Well, it's probably because I wasn't listening. That
Yeah.
it just zipped by so fast.
Usually just goes
Neither
on
was
and
I.
on and on and on.
So I will be so glad
Oh,
when these are out of our lives. It's tragic, just tragic.
You know, doctors and nurses wear them all the time.
Well, I'm going to do one more tune here, and it's been fun. I mean, I always love playing with these guys, and I'm thinking maybe after tonight it won't happen anymore. So the club's open, isn't it?
what do you mean it ain't gonna happen anymore?
I didn't realize the club is open. So you guys still playing?
Occasionally.
If you want to call it that.
Well, here's a song about the passing of time.
Wow, I've never heard anything about that.
Oh, come on, Fred, give me a fucking break. I'm so glad Tony is between Fred and me. Just kidding. I love you, brother.
Me too.
No, a few years ago, I think I was kvetching about just aching bones and feeling like I was getting older and a lack of balance and all these things. And my wife, my sweet wife, to lift the burden off my shoulder, she said to me, "Sweetie, just remember, we were young together." And I thought, wow, I'd almost forgotten that. Someday I will forget that, I'm sure.
They're always bragging.
Another year and the lessons getting clearer. Time goes by no matter what we do. A little gray begins to show up in the mirror. I think it looks beautiful on you. We were young together, remember that? My goofy leather sweater and your silly hat. No matter what the future brings, there's only one more thing I want to do. Grow old with you. I try to read another chapter after dinner. And I wake up with my glasses on the floor. I walk into a room and then I can't remember what it was that I went in there for. But we were young together, remember that? My silly leather sweater and your goofy hat. No matter what the future brings, there's only one more thing I want to do. Grow old with you. Yes, we were young together just yesterday. Look what we've done together along the way. I lose track when I look back I've got something I look forward to, growing old with you.
Nice, buddy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sloppy and then you go home with the dance.
What's that now?
Let me do Miss Sloppy and you go home with the dance.
Whatever.
That's a good idea.
I'll give you $1.
Okay. Will it being holiday season and Christmas coming up next week? I know, like a lot of y'all, our family gets together every Christmas to kind of celebrate down in Mississippi. And I like the sound of that. That's our first cork popped. Have you had your cork popped yet? Oh, well, no, nobody ever said anything about that. I did. Okay. Now, we'll get together down in Mississippi and at my folks' place, and Mom will fix up some whiskey biscuits, and we'll pull out some.
So good.
They're so good, and we'll whoop out some Wampler sausage, and ain't nothing. Yeah, ain't nothing like Wampler sausage with some whiskey biscuits. I'm gonna tell y'all now, that's the kind of down home wholesome eating you gotta have. So we'll scarf down some of those, and then go chase Dad around on some 4-wheelers, and it'll be fine. So
Oh, Fred.
but well, to be honest with you, we lost my father a few years ago, and Mom's had the dogs out looking for him ever since, and they really haven't come up with anything. But hope springs eternal.
Yes, it does.
And anyway, this is one of my dad's favorite songs. Christmas songs I'd like to play for y'all and kind of get you in the Yuletide spirit. So let's get the sound right here. You gonna jump in there, Thom? Please do. Honeysuckle and huckleberry fin, magnolia blossom, can't you smell them in the wind? Ain't no place that I've ever been feels like Mississippi. You start sweating, the first step you take, and there's a smile in the eye of every hand to shake. Sheriff watches every move you make, gonna feel like Mississippi. Father of waters, roll on by. Don't start cussing till your water gets high. Praise the Lord when the flooding's done. This old man River, he's a native son. Gonna feel like how. Black-eyed peas and cornbread cake, skinny dipping and fishing in the shade by the lake, while all kinds of children learn to shake and bake. Don't it feel like I got the Dixie women, the Southern belles. Come on, cool, but they're treating me well. And they start loving, it gets hot as hell. Don't it feel like Father of waters, roll on by. Don't start cussing till your water gets high. Praise the Lord when the flooding's down on my old man River. He's a native son. Don't it feel like Saying I'm beat out on him. Scooty, that's let all bitch stepped over that leave out, routes on down and lead on, went on blues music. Can't you hear that sound? Mammy cooking in the kitchen, got a damper down. But just like the water, she's dark and brown. Don't it feel like Mississippi? Father of waters, roll on by. Don't start cussing till your water gets high. Praise the Lord when the flood's down. Oh man, River, he's a native son. Don't it feel like Mississippi? Feels just like it. Feels like. Don't it feel like it?
Freddie. Lovely.
Thank you very much. I hope the band passed the audition.
That was so good, Freddie K. This is usually the part of the show where we would invite everybody over.
Well, I've got some red beans and rice thawing at the house. Who's hungry? They're not thawed yet, but they're close. Ram them in the microwave. Stop and get some garlic bread on your way over.
All right. I tell you what, so many good people here that gotten to know, and just it is it's like family. Except, really glad to see him every time. Just joking about that. But anyway, Jamie and Carlene and Erica and Elliot and David back there on sound. I swear to goodness, just very lucky. And Liana, she's back there.
Yeah.
Wonderful Bluebird family. I'm going to do a song here that wouldn't be without this club. It certainly got to start here. When Jamie and I first moved here, we lived up at the top of the hill in the Summit Ridge Apartments. And one day, not long after we got here, I sat in the laundry room down there and wrote this song. And was doing, as I said earlier, some early shows here at the Bluebird, and had just written this. And so I said, well, hell, I'll do it tonight. And I'll always remember that show because it's pretty easy. It wasn't unlike tonight. I could probably name everybody that was in the place. Certainly the people that were playing. It was me.
Swing a dead giraffe around in there and not hit anybody.
That's right.
Yeah.
But it was me, this gentleman I'd met by the name of Garth Brooks from Oklahoma, and Liz Hingber from New York, and Mark Irwin. And that was it. That was it. That was not only the show, that wasn't the lineup. That was everybody that was here.
You know, it's bad when the office gets the bar report and there's only 4 names on it.
It's the truth. But I just played this song and wandered back to the bar, and Garth came up and said, "Pal, if I ever get a record deal, I'd sure love to do that song." And then about 3 years later, he stood on this stage once again and did a showcase for Capitol Records and got signed. And the irony never escapes me that one of the greatest things that ever happened to me as a songwriter was to be turned down by everybody for 3 years, because when Garth came back to ask about this song, it was still available. And I'm trying to think if anybody else had done it, we probably wouldn't be having this conversation. And if not for this club, I know we wouldn't. So my thanks to the Bluebird. Looking back on the memory of the dance we shared neath the stars above. For a moment, all the world was right. How could I have known that you'd ever say goodbye? And now I'm glad I didn't know where it all would end, the way it all would go. Our lives are better left to chance. I could have missed the pain, but I'd have had to miss the dance. Holding you, I held everything. For a moment, wasn't I the king? But if I'd only known how that king would fall, ain't I who's to say? You know I might have changed it all. So now I'm glad I didn't know the way it all would end, the way it all would go. Our lives are better left to chance. Could have missed the pain, but I'd have had to miss the dance. Our lives are better left to chance. I could have missed the pain, but I'd have had to miss the dance.
Tony Arata.
Thank you very much. Thank you all.
And that
Thank you so
masterpiece of a
much.
song. That was lovely, Tony, as always. Listen, on behalf of Tony and Fred and myself, oh my, look at here. Somebody just bought me 8 drinks. This is fantastic. Yeah, let me pass them down. Una mas.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. We're gonna have a little. We're gonna have a little toast. I'm going to, on behalf of all of us in the Bluebird Cafe, first of all, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed a little time with us. I wish for all of you. Here's this wonderful staff we get to work with.
Yeah, fabulous people,
month to month and week to week for many, many years. Let's go out this year and try to find a little joy in every day. Look for the sunshine. Sometimes it's tough to do. Let's chase this pandemic away and wake up really, really soon. Free, prosperous, and lovely. Cheers to you.
Cheers. God bless.
If you will,
Well, there's nothing like the tink, tink, tinkle, plink of plastic, is it? It's a great feeling. Happy New Year to one and all out there.
should old acquaintance be forgot, never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot, and in lands Syne, for auld lang syne, for auld lang syne, we'll drink a cup of kindness then for auld lang syne. We'll drink a cup of kindness then for auld lang syne. Happy New Year, folks. Godspeed.
All right, who's going to light the fireworks?